We might have another one after today. We might find out really what's going on with Lachie Neale, but we won't find it out until after the final siren. If your team's not playing today, you want to get better, and one of the ways you get better is by trading for players from other clubs. Let's go to our two newsmen, David Zita and John Ralph. Get us up to speed, Zita.
Thanks, Gaz. Well, there is plenty to get through, of course, including with these two teams today. Plans months in the making, roughly, sometimes years in the making. We'll start with the Brisbane Lions. Now, of course, they may have to lose a few players over the off-season, but the rich seem to keep getting richer under this new free agency system.
Hello, David. 6 days till the start of free agency and you are counting down the seconds. And so it's just perfect succession planning for the Brisbane Footy Club. So it looks like Kalachi will sign up to a free agency deal at Adelaide. They will lose him. And I think Brandon Starcevich is more likely to accept a 6-year deal at West Coast, their star interceptor. Now, he's got a 2-year deal at Brisbane, and if they won a flag, would he be thinking to himself, maybe I chase the three-peat? So he will have to work through that in the next week or so. But even then, if they do move on, it gives them some salary cap space. We know they're bringing in Oscar Allen and also Sam Draper, but then Dan Annable, the top 5 draft pick, is another elite midfielder. So they'll try and secure Will Ashcroft on a long-term deal over the summer, and the money that they will save with those departing free agents just allows them to just keep on keeping on as an elite side with, let's face it, another 7 or 8 years in this window, you'd imagine.
When you speak about keep on keeping on, that's what the Cats continue to do. Now, of course, we know that Rowan Marshall was a potential player of interest for them, but surely they can't win the premiership today and then bring in Charlie Curnow in the off-season. Surely.
Well, it's amazing, isn't it? So James Whopper will join the Footy Club on a 4-year deal. They feel like they've got an elite midfield, but let's face it, didn't have a lot of injuries, so he brings in a more of a squad, more of a depth component there as an inside mid. And Charlie Curnow, yeah, so he would like to play with Geelong, and Geelong would certainly like to have him as well, even as they consider Rowan Marshall, a St Kilda ruckman, who they're not sure St Kilda will trade. And so the issue is, even if they were prepared to give up pick 18 and Shannon Neale, they're not prepared to give up Shannon Neale. Yeah. Even if that was the trade package, Carlton would be saying, thanks but no thanks. Charlie, you will be packing your runners. We'll see you the first day of the pre-season. And so Sydney is a more likely landing spot, given they are prepared to offer 2 first-round picks. Will Hayward, who was a free agent who considered Carlton last year, someone who maybe potentially is a circuit breaker there. But again, Carlton's strong view as we speak today is that this boy, Charlie Curnow, is not for trading.
Andrew Mackie went past Shannon Neale in the corridor a few weeks ago and said, Shannon, you're not going anywhere. And Shannon said he was a bit confused, he didn't know what was going on. Everyone gets dragged into trade talk at this time of year. And of course, Zach Merrett, he is at the centre of trade talk at the moment. The BNF next week, he's probably going to win the 6th best and fairest. Is he going to attend the best and fairest count?
Yeah, he will be there, and then he'll head off to Europe and try and see if a trade gets done in his absence. And so, look, he went the nuclear option, didn't he? And it seemed for a couple of days there like it would happen, it would work. And then we saw the new CEO, or the new president, Andrew Welsh. He had the nuclear codes. He disarmed the nuclear bomb. A little bit like Tom Cruise, just riding in on his motorbike in Mission Impossible. He did the impossible. And so all of a sudden, Essendon is saying, well, we've copped the worst of this, and we believe that even if he's not our captain, he's absolutely able and ready and should feel that he should stay at this football club next year. And so there are other football clubs around that are keen on him. Clearly, Hawthorn is saying, pick 8 is about what we're prepared to offer. They're not prepared to offer 2 first-round picks as they would have for Harley Reid. Why? Because he turns 30 next Friday, and they feel like it's just not them worth giving it up. It could still happen for Zach Merrett to Hawthorn, but I think these two parties are so far apart, so much would need to change in the next 10 days.
Well, I think the Bombers would say that this player is going to be with you. You want to win a premiership now, pay up for him. He'll play for another 5 or 6 years at least, given the preparation. He is as diligent as they come. So that is going to be quite the situation. A lot can change in 10 days, as we know, roughly, let alone in 1 day. So, of course, Melbourne, Christian Petracca, a lot can change in a year. This time last year, he wanted out. The club wasn't budging. This time around, though, it seems like it might be a bit more amicable.
Yeah, both parties are interested in a trade, but Melbourne is telling other people across the AFL landscape they're not rebuilding, so it would need to be an amazing deal here. They're very keen to secure Judd McVie. So Matt Crouch retired. What does that matter? The number 5 jumper is available at Adelaide. Wouldn't he look very good in Adelaide colours as well? So Gold Coast is keen as well, but they feel like they can't get in front of Petracca. So the view there is that Adelaide has first dibs on him. He's really trying to make it work. So Anna Scully is his manager. Anna, of course, is the better half of Eddie Betts.
Yes.
Now, Eddie was able to secure the Adelaide Oval pocket. If he could win a premiership here, he might be able to have a Christian Petracca grandstand. Plenty of water to go under the bridge, but that seems like it's working towards some kind of conclusion.
I think Eddie would add, it's not his pocket, they're all his pockets. We'll just get that right, please, or you get a lawsuit against you. Now, the Pies, of course, Jamie Elliott and Brady Mychek. Speaking of pockets, Jamie Elliott might not be in that pocket next year for the Pies, or will he? It seems like Brady Mychek might be on his way out the door. So
the Suns have offered, officially, 3 years at $550,000 for Jamie Elliott. They believe that the Pies have now lifted their offer somewhere above $500,000, so that's a decision to be made. So Mychek was in tier tears after the preliminary final. It was an emotional loss. But some of his Pies teammates inferred that potentially it was his last game, and he knew that it was his last game for Collingwood. The 3-year offer at Melbourne. The industry vibe is that he will move on, but again, he has not made an official decision there. Mason Cox, if he gets a Collingwood deal, it will be 1 year on minimum chips, and Tom Mitchell, another one, of course, the Brownlow medalist and premiership star, also exploring his options. Both those players have been told, we cannot guarantee you a deal next year.
Can I ask you what every footy fan probably asked everyone sitting next to them when this news came out? Surely St Kilda aren't offering Sam Flanders 5 years at $900,000 plus.
They certainly are. That is the offer, and they're also prepared to offer pick 7 in a pretty much a straight swap from Gold Coast. Now, clubs like Carlton, who were in the mix for him and met him, they just don't believe he's the kind of A-grader who would be someone who would, let's face it, be worth $4.5 million. But certainly St Kilda is desperate to try and, well, use the next 2 years to prove to Naz Wanganeen-Milera that he is worth staying for the long term. Naz is on $2 million. They're bringing another $3 million of salary cap commitments. They're telling clubs that Tom De Koning is only worth $1.65 million, only, not the $1.8 million. So they have saved about 20% of their salary cap over the last couple of years, only really in real terms operating on 80% of their salary cap. But even that, you save that $7 million. All of these deals are long term. So they're all in, not only on these young players, but also on players who they believe will help them keep Naz Wanganeen-Milera as a one-club player.
You speak about all in. There might be a bit of water to go under the bridge. Are the Suns all in on Jamarra Ugle-Hagan just yet?
Yeah, Gold Coast very interested but very cautious. If they did secure a deal, it would be full of contract components. If he didn't attend training, it would effectively give them escape clauses. But Jared Harborough is their Indigenous welfare manager. They think he's elite. They think their culture is now elite. So water to go under the bridge there, but they're the only club officially interested so far.
Now, retirees, thanks to Host Plus. I'm with Host Plus. I got the super with them. I got the feeling they have a bit more in their accounts, these players, in the Host Plus. Can you just talk us through what's on the cards for them in their next stage of their lives?
Luke Brewster's probably got a little bit more in his super than Taylor Giray, but both of them have got premierships at Hawthorn. They both grew up together in the under-12s playing for New South Wales. They're both going to Richmond as development coaches. What a lovely line that one is as well. And so Travis Spoke is someone who a lot of clubs are asking about. Collingwood's one of those. They met him over in Adelaide a couple of weeks back. They thought it was a surreptitious meeting. And then the Fox News crew and the whole Fox crew, we all went to the same cafe. Unfortunately, Travis Spoke got caught meeting with Charlie Gardner. So he's in demand, as is Callum Ward. Elite people, elite leaders as well. And so you'd imagine all those guys find homes at elite football clubs.
Well, plenty more to play out, Gary. Obviously, the big game today, once the final siren sounds, there'll be a new game on in earnest. We'll bring you up to speed on all of it on trading day over the coming weeks.
You'll be right in the middle of it, Zeets. Don't worry, your Cats as well. You're a little bit nervous. I can see that. We have got a big game today. And then we'll turn our attentions to the trade. You'll have it all covered on Fox Footy Trading Day. All the men that are in the know get involved here. It kicks off on the 6th of October at 5 o'clock. See how your side gets better in the off-season.
You're watching Grand Final Day on Fox. Brought to you by Ford. It takes you and a Ranger.